What's up everyone, back for another beer review, and today I'll be reviewing a beer from the Jester King Brewery, and they're out of Austin, Texas, and this is their Wytchmaker Rye IPA. So this is a rye IPA that comes in at 6.8% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed. Time of review, this can is just under 2 months old. So this is the first beer from Jester King that I am reviewing on the channel, and it's crazy that A, it's in a can, and B, it's a rye IPA because Jester King is known for their farmhouse ales, their saisons, their wild ales, and this is a hop forward beer. And we just got a drop of cans from Jester King within the past month, and this one to me sounded the most interesting because I love rye IPAs and you barely ever see them anymore. Now, they originally brewed this one, I think it was back in 2010, and they called it a Farmhouse Rye IPA, and I think they retired it in 2016, and then they brought it back last year in 2021 after a 5-year hiatus, but they changed it up. They now call it just a rye IPA, and it's going to be, I think, a little bit more hazy and hop forward, where it was a farmhouse rye IPA with some farmhouse influence. So this is going to be a little bit different. Now, the hops they're using in this one are Citra and El Dorado, and then I believe they're dry hopping it with Simcoe, Amarillo, Citra and Mosaic Cryo. So let's get this into the glass, see what we got going on here. I'm really excited about this. I mean, like I said, I can't believe that I can't open this. I can't believe we get Jester King now just here randomly getting drops of like their cans and stuff. Like, it's insane. Now that is milky looking. Holy Christmas. That is crazy. Look how milky this is. This good friend of mine, fellow beer tuber, Ridge over at Ridgeopolis. This is the type of stuff that makes him excited. Like this look of the beer. And didn't even talk about the can art. Fantastic. Excuse me, Jester King, just known for their fantastic bottle art in the 750s and whatnot, so to see it on the can art is pretty cool. Okay, so I will say this. Now that I'm looking at it, is this oxidized? It might look oxidized to you because it looks a little bit oxidized to me. We'll see when I taste it. You know, don't always judge a book by its cover, but it has that milky look to it, but it has that like grayish tinge to it. Murky, can't see through it. It has like an orange, like grayish look to it. Just over a finger of a really creamy off-white looking head. I'm a little bit worried that this might be oxidized. So let's get a nose. Actually, it smells pretty good. Wow. So the rye spice is definitely like hitting me. Like it has that like caraway kind of feel to it. It also, I'll be honest with you too, just under 2 months old, almost smells like there's some hop burn left. Yeah, has a real big hop burn, like kind of burning my nostrils, like it has that green kind of feeling to it. But outside of that, there's a lot of citrus. There's orange, there's tangerine, there's peach, there's a little bit of apricot, big stone fruit influence here. Maybe a touch of pineapple. But that hop burn, holy fuck. I don't understand how, and here's the thing too, my local bottle shop that got this, it was in the cooler, so it's cool that it, you know, they kept it cold the entire time, so no issues from that perspective. I mean, I guess maybe it doesn't look as oxidized as I thought, but it definitely looks a little bit oxidized for sure. Now I'm getting like a candied like orange. Peach gummy ring. It has like this slight confectionery sweetness, just ever so slight, which again, I mean, we'll see if this is oxidized or not. It smells pretty good. I'll be a little sweet and definitely with some hop burn, so let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. There's a little bit of oxidation going on. It's not over the top. Definitely noticeable, though. It's not bad, though, despite being oxidized. Like, it's still pretty good. Body on this at 6.8%. This is like higher side of medium, lower side of full. This might be the biggest sub 7% beer I have ever had when it comes to hop forward beers in general. This is almost thick. It's like a lower side of full body, and it's fucking 6.8%. Pretty insane. Mouthfeel, soft, smooth, and creamy. Has mild to moderate carbonation, but it's really soft on the palate. I think body and mouthfeel are spectacular for this. I think this is the best part of the beer, right? And this is one of those beers where I just want to drink from the body and mouthfeel alone. The taste, as I'm getting acclimated to it, it's a little bit more vibrant, but it definitely has some oxidized kind of feel to it, like a little bit of like a cardboardy thing. I don't know if that like confectionery sweetness too might be coming from the oxidization. Forefront though, candied orange, peach gummy rings. as it passes through, there's a little bit of like a confectionery, like vanilla type of tinge to it. Then the back of the palate, it finishes with this just full-on dryness and a mild bitterness. It has a very smidge or touch of hop burn, but nothing like the nose was indicating, which is nice. I'll pour the rest in here, see if it changes anything up. I don't think it's going to, but you know, be curious to see if it does. The body and mouthfeel are fucking phenomenal from this beer. So yeah, it has that like high, full-on dryness, mild bitterness, hop burns a little bit there. The bitterness is more of like an earthy, herbaceous kind of green bitterness, which makes sense with the hop burn. 6.8%, you really can't tell. I mean, if I was doing this blind, I would think that this beer is hiding the alcohol, and this is like an 8.5%, 9% double IPA from the body and mouthfeel alone. I cannot stress to you how impactful the body and mouthfeel are of this beer. Like, it's like drinking a beer that's 2 to 2.5% higher in ABV just because of how ridiculous the body and mouthfeel are. However, the taste is a little bit of a letdown, even from the nose. And it is, I think it's not full on oxidized. Like, this is not trash. This is not like I'm going to drain pour this. But I think this beer would easily be in like the 4.2, 4.25, 4.3 range, if not for the oxidization. I think with that, I got to knock it down a little bit, even with the body and mouthfeel. I think you take away the body and mouthfeel, this is probably in like the low 3.7 range, 3.65, 3.7. But I'm going to bump it up a little bit higher than that. I'm not going to go crazy high though. I don't know. Each sip is, again, my palate's getting acclimated to the oxidized notion of this beer, and it's not bad. I just think that little sweet confectionery sugar kind of feel, and then the little bit of staleness on the finish is kind of stopping me from really loving this. But I'm digging this. I wish it wasn't oxidized to any degree, but it definitely is to some degree. So, Wytchmaker Rye IPA from Jester King. I have to be fair, and you know what? It's oxidized, right? I'm going to give this a high 3.75. I'm going to go with 3.85. I think that's the best I can do with this. I was going to go low 4, but I don't know. I'll probably drink the rest of this, no issues. But at the same time, like, damn, this could have been easily a 1/4 point to maybe a 1/2 point higher in rating, honestly. Yeah. Anyway, price point, a little bit wonky here. This was $6.99 a can here in the Buffalo, New York area. I would hope that 4-packs of these aren't any more than like 18 to 20 bucks in Texas. So you're talking like $4.50 to $5 a can. You know, it gets distro, they're going to bump it up. I would never pay $7 for this can, even if it wasn't oxidized. It's still a really good beer for $7, but I want to try something else, so I splurged. So if you see this one in your neck of the woods, let me know what you paid for and availability. It's Jester King. I have no idea. I know that we just got a drop of their stuff here in Buffalo. I've seen bottles from them over the past couple of years show up randomly, but I have no idea where else they distro. If you get them in your neck of the woods, let me know in the comment section. Say, hey, we get Jester King and I'm in, whatever, North Carolina, or I'm in, Oregon or whatever. I really don't know. So if you've had this one before, post in the comment section. I really want to hear if other people tried this and if they had any of, if their can was oxidized to any degree, and if not, was it delicious? What'd you think about this? I will say in the taste, now that I'm sitting here and thinking about it, there's a little bit of a spiciness, and I was like, oh, I don't want to say like hop spiciness because I don't think that's what it is. It's the rye. It's the fucking rye. Yeah, that rye spiciness kind of hits like 3/4 of the way through the palate and kind of lingers on the palate. Yeah, fun beer. Not the greatest, but love the artwork. Anyway, thanks again to everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. 6.8%, like I said. I can't believe the body mouthfeel for 6.8%. Can't taste the alcohol, but God, it's crazy. Anyway, cheers.